Welcome back, friends and foodies. I'm your host, Natalka, and you are listening to my new podcast, I Hate Dishes. So today we have a lot to go over. I've decided on a schedule that I think is appropriate or, that kind of works for me for my new podcast. And I think I'm going to be posting a new podcast every 2 weeks. And I'm going to try my best to always post it on a Wednesday so that you can catch up on what my latest videos were that I had just done and what's to come. So we'll see how the schedule works. I'll make adjustments going forward as needed. But today, let's jump right into it and let's start talking about the last 2 videos I made. Alright, so let's start by discussing my manicotti video. So this one, it turned out really well. I did mention in it that the inside seemed a little too dry. My husband said the same thing. It was a little too dry, but my brother said he loved it. So, to each their own. I did think it was a little dry after I was eating it. Yeah, it needed something. And I had mentioned it. And I had a really nice comment on my video suggesting that I needed to thin down my marinara sauce a little bit and to try cooking it covered for like a half hour and then uncover it just to brown up the cheese. And that's a fantastic suggestion, and I'm very thankful that somebody commented and gave me a really good suggestion. And I'm looking forward to trying it again. So overall, it did turn out quite well, and I'm very happy with it, and it's something that I will make again. All right, so next video. This one I have a little bit of an issue with. Nothing crazy, but it drives me bonkers the way people get it mixed up. I made macarons. No, not macaroons, macarons. Yes, they are spelled very similar, but the amount of people that get them mixed up it kind of blows my mind. So here's the thing. It's like calling a chocolate cake a lemon pie. They are 2 completely different things, okay? So first of all, macaron. It is pronounced macaron. And they are egg whites that have been turned into meringue, mixed with almond flour. They are very tedious and finicky, and they take a long time to make. A macaroon has 3 different types, okay? There are 3 types of macaroons. One, it is made with sweetened condensed milk and coconut, and it's baked. Then there's another version, which is just egg white, sugar, and coconut flakes. Again, that's baked. The third way is a no-bake version, which is cocoa powder, rolled oats, shredded coconut. Those are all called macaroons. They are different than a macaron. 2 completely different things. Actually, 4 completely different things. So I want to clarify that. A lot of people will call a macaron a macaroon, but never the opposite way. So I know it's just in the wording that people automatically see it and call it a macaroon, but it's not. These little cookies, fancy, delicious, light little cookies are macarons. They are a French cookie. There is also an Italian version. It's slightly different in the way it's in the process of making it, but still they turn out exactly the same. So I just wanted to clarify that up about my most recent video, and they turned out fantastic. I love them. And my inspiration was my friend Genevieve. She always made these. She's gluten-free, so she started making these because it's something that she can enjoy. And every time we had family dinner or get-togethers, she would always make a batch and bring them. And they were perfect. I absolutely love them. My husband loved them. Everybody enjoyed them. always asked her for the recipe, and I can't go visit her right now because she lives a little too far away and I missed her. So I thought I would make these and make them all pretty just in time for Valentine's. So that was my whole thought process behind making macarons. And I'm glad I made them. It's been a while. I think I'll make them again soon. Maybe in like a s'more version, or I don't know, like a chocolate peppermint. Yeah, that would be really good. A chocolate peppermint one. So that's the catch up on, my most recent videos. Not a whole lot of behind the scenes with those two. They were pretty straightforward. Nothing exciting happened. But I did want to clarify the whole macaroon versus macaron. I also want to mention about my most recent short video that I posted on YouTube and on TikTok and Instagram and anyway. And I am on an ice cream kick because my husband had got me the Ninja Creamy for Christmas. And this time I made a peanut butter cup ice cream. And let me tell you, that was delicious. So it was made with Nutella, with peanut butter, with chocolate milk, some white milk, mixed it all up and then turned it into ice cream. Then I chopped up some peanut butter cups and added that in and mixed them in. And it was amazing. It's my new favorite ice cream that I make right now. Anyway, it's going over quite well. I'm enjoying making them. I'm doing a whole series on Ninja Creamy ice creams. I got to switch it up soon. I do have another short that I'm going to be putting out next week, this week. Anyway, I'm trying to put one out at least every Friday, only it's not going to be an ice cream one. I am going to put something up for Valentine's Day instead, and it'll be just something, a little treat that you can make for someone special. So that's coming up. All right, let's move on to what's happening in February. All right, so in Nova Scotia, February is lobster season. So February is the peak season on the South Shore for lobster. And that is from Barrington all the way up to Peggy's Cove. And the South Shore has been putting on this lobster festival. And I think this is the second year of them doing it. I had no idea about this, and I'm very excited about it. I won't be going to all the events, but I still like to know about it and promote it and tell people about it because it's kind of cool. So, fun fact for you, Barrington is the lobster capital of Canada. Anyway, fun fact. So, if you're ever in Nova Scotia in February, you'll have to go down the South Shore and check out all the little restaurants and try the seafood, try the lobster. I'm sure you'll love it. So right now, I think it was just this past weekend on February 4th, there was a lobster roll competition. I don't know the outcome of it or if it got canceled or not because we just had a great big snowstorm and a lot of things got canceled or closed for the weekend, so I don't know if it actually happened or not. I'm kind of glad I didn't have tickets for it. But I do have tickets for February 11th for the Lobster Chowder Chowdown Showdown. That one's going to be really cool. So my tickets include a sampling of 10 different lobster chowders. And these 10 are the 10 that are competing for the best lobster chowder. I'm really looking forward to this. Now, I also have been informed by my husband that that is also the Super Bowl Sunday. And I completely forgot about it and booked the tickets. So now I am really hoping that they don't overlap and that we can enjoy both. But we'll see. So anyway, if you would like information about all the different festivities that are going on for this Lobster Crawl Lobster Festival through the month of February down the South Shore, I will list their website in the description for my podcast. Anyway, it's very cool. Oh, and another fun fact for you. Barrington, every Christmas, makes a gigantic Christmas tree out of lobster traps and decorates it with lights. It's pretty cool. I'm hoping to go down there next year and check it out. All right, so that's kind of what's happening here in February. Not a whole lot, but it is lobster season. Unfortunately, I cannot get my hands on any lobster to make a video because it is really, really expensive right now. So because I'm full of fun facts today, another one about lobster. Even though it's a delicacy now, lobster was once considered poor man's chicken, and it was used for fertilizer, and it was fed to prisoners and slaves. Look how far we've come from being considered a poor man's chicken to a delicacy, and now it's so ridiculously expensive. Oh, I love lobster. So while we were living in Washington State on the West Coast, lobster was really hard to get. And even though I think lobster's really expensive here on the East Coast, it was even more so on the West Coast. So we didn't eat it very often. Even now, I don't eat it very often. But over on the West Coast, what we used to get all summer long was Dungeness crab. So when COVID happened, us and some friends, we all got together and we bought a boat together. And the whole time COVID was happening, because we were allowed outside and we were allowed staying within our family bubble, we went crab fishing constantly. I have never eaten so much crab before. And Dungeness crab, I felt like it kind of tasted like lobster, so I fell in love with it. And we started eating it the same way we would if it were a lobster. We turned it into crab rolls. We turned it into crab cake. We made it into pastas. We ate it just straight out of the shell. We had crab boils, and it was amazing. So, if you're looking for an alternative that's similar to lobster, crab works. Not all crab tastes the same, just saying, certain ones. But the Dungeness kind of filled that, I don't know, that longing. I missed eating lobster from the East Coast, and it filled that want. And it was awesome. And you could do all the same things with it, only we were fishing it ourselves. So it was basically free other than paying for our fishing license. It was awesome. I would move back there in a heartbeat, buy a boat again, and go crab fishing every summer. All right, so Valentine's Day is coming up. My next video, I am making donaires. And I have a whole story behind this, but you're going to have to wait till my next podcast where I talk about the video and I talk about the little story that goes with it. It's something sweet. So anyway, that's coming up. Donaires is my next video. I've also got panna cotta. That's coming out as well. Those are my next two that I have planned. Let's see. For shorts, I don't know yet. I don't have anything planned at the moment, but I'll come up with something. So tell me, what is your favorite Valentine's Day memory? I will be sharing mine on my next podcast. And do you have any plans? Do you celebrate Valentine's Day? Personally, for us, we don't usually do very much or anything. Once in a while, we'll go out and celebrate, but we tend to stay home and make something nice rather than going out. So that's all coming up. So that's it for today's episode. A little bit of this and that. A lot of talk about lobster because, of course, it's lobster season here in Nova Scotia, and that's very exciting. My videos that are coming up, Yeah, it's been a good chat today, and I was talking to my brother this week, and he was saying he would really love to come and do a video with me and then have a little chat about it on my podcast. So that's something that I'm going to be working on. So there's a few little things that are coming up. So until next time, thank you so much for listening to I Hate Dishes, and I hope you'll tune in again for my next one.